Hi Paw Prince, I'm finally back. Just been dealing with some personal stuff. Took longer than I thought it would. Now I'm refreshed and ready to read to the best of my ability. For anyone wondering, I'm using the Royo Dark Tarot. For anyone that likes my videos, if you'd like and subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. For anyone that ever wants to send me anything like new decks, I'll have a wish list link below. I do read with intuition, so I read what I pick up and feel within the cards, and some bits may resonate, all of it may resonate, or none of it may resonate. And none of it resonates, that just means it's not for you at this time. I am going to be starting with the twin flame readings as my start back into it. And anyone that wants a personal reading, if you leave a question in the comments, I will make a video for it, because I can't at the moment go live on YouTube because I haven't reached the capability of criteria to be able to do that yet. I need a lot more followers. With that said, let's find out what's going on with the Divine Masculine. What's going on with the Divine Masculine? What's going on with the Masculine? What's going on with the Divine Masculine? With the Divine Masculine. Okay, so I am drawn over to this part. So I am feeling like they're holding on to something in their past, and I'm probably going to say it's their twin. It's the Divine Feminine. I say this because I was watching this thing, it was a cartoon, and this witch had a floating skull, and it was literally their familiar. And this is what I feel like, even though they've tried to put the Divine Feminine aside and ignore it, it's always there in the back of their mind. And they're looking at it and they're wondering whether they are ready to face their feminine. Some of them want to get back in a relationship, some just want to talk. I'm feeling more towards the ones that want to get back in a relationship. I feel they feel that they're at a stable point in their life where they can kind of take that risk and not get hurt. They're going to keep their emotions pushed inside for the meantime, because I feel like they're unsure how the feminines are going to react towards them. So I feel like they're going to be a bit cautious when they approach. I feel like they think it's a risky move, but it's something they are willing to do because they've burnt and caused pain for the feminine. It's like they think that because they've been told off in the sense that they were cut from the relationship and told to fuck off and do like them, go away, deal with yourself. I feel like they think because they've done that and in a sense been punished in that way, they think that it's not gonna be, they think it's gonna be all roses and dandy if they come forward. It's like they feel like they've done their time for the crime they did, that it's gonna be fine now. But what I would say is, if you go back to any relationship, you need to be willing to, if you're going to accept them for the mistakes they've made and move forward. But don't forget, don't just push it aside like it never happened. Work on those issues and talk through what's not acceptable and what you expect as a human being and what you deserve as a person. You don't deserve how they used to treat you. So if you're going to have that, you need to put those boundaries in place and know that it's still going to take work, because every relationship is work. It's not a job, but it's work. I think if you show them this strong side of you, that you know what you want and you're not going to tolerate anything else, I think it will make them see you in a new light, that you're not a pushover, that you don't need them, that you are independent, and that you can just cut them off if they're going to be a cunt again. You need to be able to show them that you can be loving, but you can also put your foot down when it needs to be put down. I feel like that they've got one or two people close to them that's kind of pushing them to do it, because I feel like they feel like it's an opportunity or something new, even though it's going back, it's going to do something new for them. I feel like they want to so bad to just push through that wall they've put up and come forward and talk. Their friends are encouraging them, but I feel like they haven't got enough support from their friends to really think it's a good idea. I think that they're telling themselves it might be a good idea. A few of their friends are like, well, if it makes you happy, but they know there's other people in their life that will be like, why are you doing that to yourself? So because there's more saying no, it's like they're very torn. I feel like a lot of their judgment has been clouded for a long time, and it's starting to clear. It's almost cleared. There is still a few more things cloudy, and the problem is they don't understand why they had wounds themselves. They hurt you, but in turn have hurt themselves, because they lost the one thing. They lost the other side to them. It's like us twins are a mirror image of them, and it's like, imagine going to the mirror and trying to brush your hair or put your makeup on, but you can't see your reflection. You feel very handicapped and very lost, and it's very much like that. They don't understand. They're starting to now, but for a long time they couldn't understand why they were hurting themselves, because I feel that a lot of them thought when they left the relationship and fucking off doing what they want and acting like they're all having a good time, they were thinking that they got into the clear and they're fine and nothing's going to affect them, but it did affect them, and they were very confused at why they're hurt if they were the ones that left. I think a lot of them are missing the intimacy. The connection that they had with their twin was unlike any other, and they can't replace it, and the problem is they've tried to replace it, and they've tried to, because they tried to defend, replace it, anything that felt similar, they'd try and defend it and be like, well, this is right because it feels the same, but it's never going to be the same. And they realise that maybe in the beginning, people aren't always who they say they are, so that may be all good and dandy in the beginning, but it's not. And they defend that, saying, well, it's similar, so I'll accept it. And then when they know it's going wrong, they'll blame everyone else but themselves. And the problem is, because they can't replace it, and as much as they try, it fucks up. And then they'll blame everyone else but themselves for the fuck up. I'm feeling like they're missing the desire that they used to get, the way they used to be desired after, how they used to be treated like they were kings and queens and bowed down to, and were able to not necessarily walk over their twin, but the fact that their twin would like see them in awe and like do everything for them, and what they wanted they get, in that sense that they liked that to the point where they were mugging their twin off, but they weren't trying to do it in a malicious way. They just liked the attention. That's more it. They like the attention. They're missing that attention they got because they're not being able to replicate it. The problem is because there's only one twin out there for them, and they're never going to get it again. So what they had is never going to come around with someone else. I feel like they feel very much that they don't have any control, like in the sense that there was a balance. There's no longer that balance of push and pull light and dark that they have. They don't have that, and they're feeling very unbalanced and out of control, and they're just feeling very lost, and all they've been doing is running, constantly running, and I feel like they're now deciding to turn back and kind of be vulnerable, because they know they've left shit in their path behind them, but now they've now got to go and face that, and they've got to get back. It's like they're now wanting to go back to their twins, so they've now got to go back for all the shit they've caused to get back to the point of where they last felt to what they need. So I want to have a look at their triggers. So, triggers. Divine triggers. Divine masculine triggers. Divine masculine triggers. Divine masculine triggers. Okay. So I'm seeing 3. Okay, so the first trigger is they are trying to act like they're a leader, but the fact they're actually following. So what I mean by that is they'll have an idea of wanting to do something. Let's say, not this, but this is just an example. So let's say they wanted to go out and party. Their friends will go, we're going out partying, so they go, oh, I'll come. So they've asserted themselves into it by saying, I'll come, but their friends were going out anyway, so they've joined, but they're acting like they're leading because they've said, I'm coming, if that makes sense. It's very much like that. They are trying to act like they're independent and being able to lead in their own life, lead themselves, but the fact they're actually following from other people's and their surrounding, and they're not very individual in that sense, and the problem is because they're not being able to have that individuality of themselves, they're getting very hurt because they're actually following and not leading. No one's paying attention because they're just following the crowd, and they're getting lost within the crowd, and they wonder why they're not getting the attention or the things that they want. They're not getting them. They're missing the fire and the passion that they used to get with the attention that came with it. The other trigger they've got is control, in the sense that they don't feel they have control over themselves or the relationship. They don't have that strength of stability in that sense of control. They don't have the equal stability of control. They're feeling very much like they have to sit down and they're just following and being told what to do, and they're very much getting a taste of how they used to treat us, and they're acting like they're happy, but the thing is, it's all just smoke and mirrors, and where there's smoke there's fire, and the thing is, it's going to come a point where it's just going to blow and they're not happy. And the other trigger I'm picking up on is they are afraid of dealing with the core, and that's going back to where it all started, of where they went wrong, and kind of releasing those chains that they gave to themselves, and kind of realising their scars can be used as a tool, that all the pain they've caused themselves can actually be used to help develop and grow them. They are still afraid. They've got some walls up that they're afraid, and it's afraid of judgment. They're too scared of what other people think, and they're wanting, in their head, they're so desperately telling themselves they can do it. They can put these walls down, so they don't care, but when it actually comes to it, they do care. And that's their problem. So I want to get some guidance and advice. Some guidance and advice moving forward. Some guidance and advice moving forward. Some guidance and advice forward. So, they are currently seeing themselves for who they are, and kind of picking that apart. But they are going to... There's going to come a point where they, and I feel like it's soon, it's happening soon, that they are going to come forward. The ones that I was picking up on. The ones that want to come forward are going to come forward, and they're not going to give a shit. But I feel like they're going to do it in secrecy. So this is still them, still scared of what other people think. They're going to act like they're doing it, like, well, I don't care, but they do it because they're doing it in secret. If they didn't care, they would tell people. But they're not. They're going to do it and be sneaky in the sense that they're going to either message you and not tell anyone, or they're going to come to yours and not tell people that they're going to tell people they've gone to the shop or something like that. Because they want to be able to gauge how this encounter's going to go without the worry of people saying, I told you so, or that's not going to go well, or go on then. They don't want that on top of it. I feel like they're going to do it when people least expect it. So probably nighttime, early hours. They're going to do it where people aren't really kind of about, where people can't really just... It's not like... I don't feel like it's in the day thing where it's busy. I feel like it's going to be out of the way, where there's no one really around, that they can't really get caught. And the problem... They want that passion and fire. That's what they want. They're missing the connection that they had with their twin. They're missing it, and they are so desperate for it. They just want a taste of it. They want it all, but if they can get a taste, that's what they want. They think they're just going to come running and they're going to be able to hug you or kiss you, and it's not going to work like that for them. And that's what they're going to be a bit cautious, because they're going to be on the defensive, wherein if you're going to shout and scream. Now, I can feel that the feminines are kind of past the point of caring, to the point where they're like, what do you want? Like, then they're done arguing their point, they've done saying their side. It's very much, they just want to, like, what are you doing here? Like, kindly just fuck off. Like, I'm trying to move on with my life. You did enough damage. The damage is done. I tried, and you didn't want to, so I've let you go, so now go. And I feel like they're gonna... Some of them are going to beg and plead. Some of them are going to accept that you've said go, but they're still going to try and pester you. And the thing is, because the ones that I'm picking up on really want to fix it, because they're missing that connection. They can't replicate it, and they want it back. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for the Divine Masculine. Thanks for watching.